What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sinceres here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video. We're here for January 21st, 2022's Vendor Reset. So let's get right into this and see what we got good for this week. For our first gear items, head over to the base of operations. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a Spec Ops armor with the Talent Rapid. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 7.50% ballistic shield health. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the gear vendor, and here we have a prototype performance mod with 2% post critical hit damage. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor, and here we have a Cassidy. Also here we got a pecan if you like this weapon. Next here we have a classic M60. Also here we have a Spec Ops Mask with the Talent Refreshed. Also here we have a tactical vest with the Talent Rapid. Next here we have a prototype performance mod with 7% support station range. Also here we got a high velocity magazine. Next here we got Omega rifle suppressor. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a snub Rhino blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we have a classic M60 Blueprint with a gear score of 256. Also here we got some electronics gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we have a stamina knee pads blueprint with a gear score of 256. For our next gear items, head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor has a Vector 45 ACP. Next here we have a Model 700. Next here we have an operator mask with the Talent Rehabilitated. Next here we have a Gunslinger Vest with the Talent Vigorous. Also here we have a tactical pack with the Talent Relentless. Also here we have a prototype performance mod with 4% Seeker Mine damage. Next here we have a high velocity magazine. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we have a stamina gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. And also here we got a flash hider blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, head over to the South Paw. Here the gear vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 266 electronics and 1% critical hit chance. For our next gear items, head over to the Firewall. Here the gear vendor has a Spec Ops Mask with the Talent Refreshed on there. For our next gear items, head over to West 31st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has the M700 Tactical. Next here we have a prototype electronics mod with 260 electronics and 3% skill haste. And also here we got a heavy magazine spring. For our next gear items, head over to West 39th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a prototype firearms mod with 260 firearms and 3012 health. For our next gear items, head over to West 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a Spec Ops pack with the Talent Inventive. For our next gear items, head over to East 64th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone gear mod vendor has a prototype firearms mod with 262 firearms and 2.50% exotic damage resilience. For our next gear items, head over to East 58th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone gear vendor has a Spec Ops Mask with the Talent Refreshed on there. For our next gear items, head over to the Park Ave Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone weapons vendor has a tactical AUG A3P. For our next gear items, head over to East 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 5.50% sticky bomb explosion radius. For our next gear items, head over to East 40th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dart Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 3.50% sticky bomb damage. And also here we got an extended magazine. For our next gear items, head over to DZ5 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone weapon mod vendor has a high velocity magazine. And also here we got an Omega rifle suppressor. For our next gear items, head over to DZ9 Safe Room. Here the Dart Zone weapon mod vendor has an SR7 suppressor. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video for January 21st, 2022's Vendor Reset. I hope everybody tuned into it, found them something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button, y'all. Appreciate that support, and I'll see y'all with the next one. Take care, peace.